Hi there, today we're diving deep into the spiciest topic in the whole study game, note-taking and knowledge capturing, or in plain language summarizing what's been studied. Today, a plugin in Obsidian will help us with this, specifically the Copilot plugin, which allows us to use API keys from various AI models to generate notes. Well, if you already know how to install plugins, then you can follow what I do, and if not, write about it in the comments and I will definitely make a short video about it. We need to install the Copilot plugin, specifically from developer Logan Yang. I don't think it will be difficult, even if it's your first time downloading Obsidian. Please check whether you have enabled the plugin before writing in the comments that something is not working. Ignore these pop-ups and move on. Once you know how to enable the installed plugin, I will show you how to enable or disable it directly in the settings. I repeat, these warnings can be ignored. We still have quite a few points to discuss, but we are moving forward step by step. This step is not mandatory, as custom folders for saving prompts, conversation history, and memory will be created automatically and will be located in their default paths. During this accelerated stage, I showed where the paths are located, so if you need to, you can slow down the video for a more detailed analysis of their location. Now, when choosing a provider for the models you will use to generate your notes, I would like to point out that although Groq is very popular for its limits and affordable models, in the case of large notes and fast processing, I recommend choosing Cerebras. However, my opinion does not prevent you from using both providers for different tasks. For security reasons, I will not show you how to create an account and API key or where to find the list of models, but I would like to warn you not to create an account using someone else's data and to keep your keys in a safe place. Now that you have an account with one of these services, your task is to create and copy the API key. For Groq it is, and Cerebras key is. Once you have create and copy your key, the most important thing remains: add it together with the model we will be using. There are many pre-created models that use different providers, but we will add ours. If you want to so, you can delete the removable models for convenience. At this step of model selection, I can recommend a couple of models for both providers. Now, we need to find our OpenAI base URL provider, but don't forget to select OpenAI format in the Provider section. In the case of Cerebras AI, we need to go to the documentation website and find this link in the Overview section. The current link will be in the video description and on the website at the very bottom of the page. Now our task is to correctly enter the data in the model fields, having previously selected a model that suits your requirements. I repeat, I recommend using Cerebras AI because of its lower token and context window limitations. The models I used in the video may be invalid because there is a slight difference between the publication date of the video and when you watch it. The displayed name does not affect the model selection. You can simply write model or its name. Now enter OpenAI base URL and your API key here. Then, click on Test to verify the authenticity of the key with the provider. Once we have added the model, go to the Command section. I already have one empty command that I created. You may have about 8 built-in commands at the beginning. If you don't need them, you can delete them by clicking on the trash can. Here you can assign the model you have created to a particular command. Here, a prompt creation field with different values that can be inserted. Curly brackets with nothing inside them mean that the text you have selected will be inserted in their place in the prompt. You can also write your prompt here depending on your command objectives. Don't forget to add your model. Now that we have added everything we need, we can run a few tests. I decided to test code generation in a compilable and non-compilable programming language, as well as web application generation. Your tests do not necessarily have to be focused on programming languages. They can be tests for generating notes or stories on certain topics. Write your ideas and prompts in the comments. I would like to mention that the quality of the response depends directly on both the instructions and the model that executes them, so take your time to choose the model you need. Of all the tests, I would like to mention that the model performed relatively well with a one-page website, albeit with some shortcomings, but this is more of a problem caused by the person who did not provide a sufficiently high-quality prompt with task details. The answer is quite high quality. Even by default it writes what it did and added to orient us on the generated code or text. I decided to show you what it looks like, and my personal impression is that it's excellent, considering the size of instructions I entered into the prompt, as well as the generation speed of literally 1.5 seconds. That's all for today. I hope you find it easy to figure out how to install and configure the plugin, which will help you take crazy notes in the future. Don't forget to subscribe and write your ideas for more interesting content. See you.